Go ahead.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, RUM-Gaming proudly brings to you your prostate exam with Big Texas Goat, Dragon Lord.
Oh yeah.
Two veterans, two brothers, two views. Tough show.
Hello,
As you
everyone.
can see, the resin printer is back in action.
I do see that's exciting news. Which, oddly enough, I also have exciting news. I posted about it on Facebook, but I've made the decision and it's official and it's final. By the end of next month, we'll be making dice. So that's pretty exciting. I plan on making it available for anyone. Oh, look at that. Pretty good. But yeah, I'll be
Fortunately, I
making
forgot to put supports on it. So this is going to be a pain in the dick.
Oh no. But anyway, yeah. So, I think we'll do a give them away as a free gift for certain dollar amount donations to the nonprofit. Those, those deals will making your way to you next week. We'll post about it once we finalize everything. But yeah, that's exciting. It's gonna be dice. It's gonna be custom. It's gonna have a cool font. It's gonna have our logo on it. It's gonna be awesome. Excited about that.
Jesus.
You're gonna have to get a spackle paddle.
No, I got them. It's just, I use the plastic razor blades so I don't damage anything. And then I got the spatula. Here we go. Oh, there we go. Whoa, whoa, whoa. As it goes about to slide off into the pool of resin. Jesus. Set that there. Jesus. This is the best and worst part about the resin burner.
Messy.
Hey, just toxic resin, no big deal.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be dealing with that myself. Bunch of resin flying around. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm really excited to start making dice.
After you talked about it, I started seeing things on Amazon. Almost makes me want to get one.
Tell Grace to say hi to the stream.
Grace, say hi to the stream.
Was that a TMNT? Yes, it was, Gert. Sure was.
It's his TM.
It's your TMNT.
That's the top of it. And I'm about to start printing the base. What goes on? All right. Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I was going to show you the other print. It's great and comical and embarrassing, I guess. Swing the mic back over here. So this was the coin again.
Mm-hmm.
And I made it where the supports go all the way around the website. So the website's nice and
Pretty
clear and visible.
nice.
But do you see something wrong with this? Well, maybe not, because in the camera it looks fine. God dang it.
No, is it the words are backwards?
Yeah. Perfect coin. Backwards. And I don't really know why. Because you think I would have noticed that on the purple.
Yeah.
But God, where does this USB? I need to get a cable dongle or something. I have to like fish for it on the top of my tower where I can't see. All right. Anyway, so that's the news. The resin printer is back up and running. So we'll be able to take and make nice, pretty detailed prints like our coin there. And I think that's all. I made like the. I know where it went. Oh, another one. The little bowl things with the fine holes in it that don't really show up on the camera. That you
Oh yeah,
can't really see on the camera.
you put like
Pinpoint little holes. But yeah, so it's kind of an interesting process replacing the LCD on there. But fortunately, that was the problem.
that's good.
And it's working.
Yeah,
$120 later. In like 6 weeks of shipping from China. But yeah, that's that news. And yeah, so back to our or do you have any other news? We were doing about resin dice printing. The resin printer's back up and running. Still in the works. You know, we might start having tables at booths at conventions in like the Dallas area in the future.
yeah.
But,
Or in the
we,
Houston area as well.
well, yeah,
Plan on
we're Oklahoma area.
yeah.
But as far as seeing us both, it'd be Dallas probably. But as far as just seeing RUM-Gaming, be anywhere between Tulsa and Houston. But as far as today's topic, we're going back to where we left off on the last episode. Last episode, recap, we discussed the differences between the so-called best food that Texas is known for and the best food that Oklahoma is known for. So a little bit of overlap and some interesting things, some things we never heard of on either side.
Yeah.
You know, I spent my first 20 years in Texas and my next 10 years here and haven't heard of a quarter of both lists. But I added some recipes to try out, so
Yeah.
still kind of exciting.
No.
Oh, did I show you that? I don't know. Did I post both of those dice towers? I don't think I did because I never finished cleaning them. I was thinking of other things to. I didn't even post the one in Discord. I posted them on Facebook, the one of them. So I don't even know there. Oh, we're up there. I sent you the video, right?
Yeah, I think so. You rolled a 4.
It's a 2, actually. So 2. So yeah, examples of what we can do on the regular FDM printer. So you see how big I have big hands. It's as big as my hand, almost as big as my head.
Yeah. I mean, it's
And
a
you
skull, so.
You can roll the dice through either of the eye holes. It's a dice tower. And then I also made this mage hand or zombie hand, depending on how you paint it. It has a little bit of a see it on the camera, but a like intricate design on the base there.
Well, that's pretty neat.
Simple little one. Roll the dice through the hand. You know, examples of things we're gonna try and start selling to make more funding to make more of an impact with our nonprofit here.
Yep.
I knew I printed something else. It just wasn't on the resin printer. Yeah, so we were continuing on. Talk from last week is the top foods that the U.S. is known for, and then some of the top foods in the world, and you know, see how those compare to Texas and Oklahoma, as well as just you know our own personal interest. See if there's any more recipes to add to our list.
Yeah, I mean, there's I've definitely already added some things last week.
So first is America. America. So, I mean, I guess I never really thought about it. I mean, you were saying there's not really a lot of American food, but some of it kind of is if you think about it, like burgers and hot dogs. Like it's kind of an American barbecue thing.
I mean, burgers came from Hamburg.
Yeah, but who continues to eat them for every get together? But number one on here is hot dogs.
I feel like that's something that comes from you, honestly.
Well, I mean, bratwurst come from Germany. Hot dogs I've never seen in Germany. Well, I take that back. They kind of do. So it's like a longer hot dog, but it's not usually on a bun. Like a lot of you'll get like currywurst. It's kind of like a sausagey hot dog, and they just like smother it in like curry sauce. But it's normally just served on like a nacho chips tray.
Man,
And you can
I was on a German food kick hard a few months ago, man. And I was thinking about it. I was like, man, you know who I should really talk to about German food? You.
me.
Yeah. And I never did. I don't know why. Topic just never came up.
It's trying like German hot dogs are weird because you get the ones in a jar. And they're also like a foot and a half long in some cases. But everywhere you go, like so, you know, to talk about German food. So in America, like everywhere you go, at least in like Texas and some in Oklahoma, and I imagine other places, you get taco trucks like everywhere. Like in Germany, you got little bratwurst trucks. And like that's all I ever saw. Like everywhere you go, there'd be little bratwurst trucks everywhere. You go to like a like a festival, like a carnival. There's like 10 different bratwurst trucks.
Yeah, so
Never,
it's like hot dog stands in New York City.
yeah, basically. But it's just like everywhere I went, throughout Germany and a few other countries around Germany, never once did I ever see a hot dog available anywhere.
Hmm.
Now you can still buy them. It's like you can buy hot dogs anywhere, but
Yeah.
it wasn't.
Wikipedia says the origins of a hot dog is the United States and Germany.
Yeah, I think we, well, I don't know. I would say it's definitely more dominant as far as the standard hot dog that we see here in America. But
Yeah.
bratwurst is definitely a German thing.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I mean, hell,
the sausage
it,
itself is a Wiener or a Frankfurter. German.
yeah.
Wiener or Frank.
That's what I find far fetched is the French fry.
No.
Because,
I think the
again,
French fries was Belgian.
well, we're not talking about where do they originate from. It's like,
Oh.
what is, what are you known for?
Mm.
And I guess I could kind of see that. Like, again, my only real reference is Germany. But everywhere in Germany, you can get fries.
Yeah, but they don't call
Standard
them fries. They call
fries.
them chips.
Yeah, either way, I'm saying you get fries.
Mm-hmm.
But I never saw things like you do with fries here. You're not getting like cheese fries, chili cheese fries, loaded fries with shredded pork on them, or you're not seeing waffle fries, sweet potato fries, steak fries.
That's true.
Like you just get fries.
Hey, but you know what?
Like,
Listen, the French fries isn't our national dish. But you know who does have a national dish that has French fries in it? Canada. They've got
oh, isn't it
poutine.
like gravy? Yeah,
It's poutine with cheese curds and gravy. Yeah, crunchy tacos. Yeah, Garrett, I think uniquely
yeah,
American.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, again, some of these, I can't think of anything that really like originates in America. But as far as where America's taken it to the next level, I'd say
Yeah,
French fries is definitely one.
yeah, sure.
Uh, oh God, I thought those were fish sticks at first. I was like, God, I hope not. It's chicken tenders, chicken strips. Which,
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Can't think of anywhere where I saw chicken strips. And you get fried chicken. I don't think I ever saw chicken strips in Germany, but I
yeah.
probably wasn't really looking for them either. But
I mean,
I don't know if anybody else can say.
I know a lot of like Asian countries that encompasses, you know,
Well,
everybody.
yeah,
But
I mean,
they use chicken, but they don't typically use the white meat as much as they use like the thigh, dark meat.
yeah, was that more like the Chinese Asian food that we eat like at the buffet you're talking about, or like whole
Authentic,
strips?
authentic.
Yeah, I know, but I'm saying, are you talking about bites that are flavored, or are you talking about just breaded chicken strips?
Yeah, just breaded. Yeah.
Because I'm talking about just standard, you know, 4 inch long chicken strip,
Hmm.
breaded chicken
Oh,
strip. Like,
yeah. No, you don't see that anywhere else.
well, that's what I was saying. Like, I don't work at like any of the cooking shows I've seen. I don't ever see them like busting out chicken
Mm-mm.
strips
Mm-mm.
anywhere. But again, you know, if I'm in another country, I'm not looking for chicken strips either. So
No,
maybe I just missed that on the menu in Germany. I don't know, but
I mean,
I
listen.
can't.
There's a McDonald's in every country in the world.
That's not chicken strips. That's chicken
They got,
nuggets.
yeah, they got nuggies.
Now, pizza, I would definitely say we took to a whole nother level. Nowhere else have I ever seen or heard of like, you know, all these pizza delivery places, pizza buffets, making 5,001 flavors like a Baskin Robbins. Like just in my town of Bartlesville, there's like well, 2 or 3 actual like pizza restaurants, and then like all 3 or 4. Well, the three main like national brands, and then there's one like state brand. I don't know if it's just Oklahoma or not. I think we looked this up the other day with a friend of mine, her coworker. I think it's only like Oklahoma and a little bit of Kansas or something. Like, oh yeah, that's right. It turns out they're like literally just in like this corner of Oklahoma. It's not even like all of Oklahoma, but it's Simple Simons up here.
Hmm.
I thought they were like much bigger because they're like the fucking Family Dollar of pizza places up here. They're literally everywhere.
I don't know, man. Pizza's a tough one because as a partial Italian, I have to.
But again, we're not talking about where it originates from.
Well, I'm still. I know we're talking about who's taking it up a notch, and it's like I've heard from very reliable sources that pizza here is good. The pizza in Italy is great. Now they're not innovative with the toppings and things like that, but the quality.
Yeah, because I mean, but yeah, to me, there's a difference between like your standard pie, like slice of pepperoni pizza made from scratch authentically versus all the crazy shit we have here. Yeah, I need to go get another one of those 1 pound bologna sandwiches. I wonder if that's going to
Wait,
be on the list, like
one
fried
pound
bologna.
bologna sandwiches?
It's like a quarter or a half pound. Like it's a 1 inch thick whole slice of bologna
Wait.
fried up and put on a bun.
Wait, it's a slice, that a single slice like that thick.
Yeah, like a 1 inch thick slice of bologna.
That's nuts. I feel like I may like that because I've been on a spam kick lately.
It's pretty good.
Hmm.
We're trying to fix the camera.
I saw um I watch this channel on YouTube called
Nope,
Mythical Kitchen,
too late.
and they have this series where they invite celebrities in and they cook them like they ask them what would they want for their last meal, and then they cook all of it, whatever the request is, and then they sit and they have a little interview. Gabriel Iglesias was on the show, and one of the foods that he wanted in his last meal was a spam grilled cheese or a fried spam grilled cheese. Big Texas goat with the resub. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I forgot to share it at the beginning. I just throw it in there now.
But
I gotta get my chat to catch up because Garrett was talking about it being slow, and like I don't even see it on the chat. No, I see it on the stream, but I don't see it on the. Oh, there it goes. I had to refresh.
but anyway, it was a fried spam and it was a fried spam grilled cheese.
Sounds tasty.
It does, and it's like, oh man, I gotta make one
I,
of those.
I almost bought some spam at Sam's Club, but I was like, man, I don't think I can eat these like 6 can pack in time.
Dude, just go to Dollar General, get them for like fucking $1, $1 a can. Like,
I mean, it's like $1 a can everywhere.
Go to the gas station. Get them at a gas station. I got them at just about every fucking
Go
gas
to
station.
the gas station. Just go the next time I go to the grocery store.
I saw.
Anyway,
I found some maple the other day. So I made it with some eggs and it. Beautiful.
like I'd want to try it, but again, I'm like the only person in the house that's going to eat it. I might be able to convince Grace to eat it, but I don't know if I cook it right. Even like wife might eat it. But next on the list though is burgers. Another one of those things that I feel is very Americanized now, kind of like the hot dog.
Yeah.
Again, any American cookout is typically burgers and hot dogs.
Yep.
That's what I would be curious to know what the origins is. Is American apple pie.
Apple pie.
America's most beloved dessert.
Apple pie. It originated in England.
Well, I mean, I don't know.
Pie.
Like I said, I almost can't even imagine anything that would actually originate from America.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, there certainly are. Crunchy tacos is one of them.
Well, maybe this one. What about meatloaf?
Meatloaf.
Because that's number 7, a childhood favorite for most Americans.
Origins: Germany and Belgium.
Really? I
Yep.
don't recall ever hearing about meatloaf in Germany. Might have to ask my grandpa about that. Ooh.
History. Meatloaf is. Oh, here, let me pop up. Let me do the thing. I got a hotkey for it now.
Here's one that might actually be. This version of it originated in America. What about just standard macaroni and cheese? Like straight up elbow pasta in a cheese sauce.
Mac and cheese. Oh, there are no origins. So I think we found a winner. I mean, the macaroni came from it. Oh,
I mean, traces its roots to Italy, but I'm talking about what about just this?
well, no, place of origin, United States.
I would say, as far as the elbow cheese and macaroni, I couldn't imagine it being somewhere else. Grilled cheese sandwich, that's another one that you find all kinds of different variations.
Garrett sent me a text picture.
Oh, where did you find a picture of it? Oh, that's, yeah. Can't believe he still has that. That was like 2 years ago. I don't even know if that place is still in business. Let me see. Bartlesville. How do you spell bologna? Bologna sandwich. I don't even know. I probably have to look it up on the map and go over there on the map and see
Brisket
what it
mac
is.
and cheese, cottage queso.
Cottage queso? What's cottage
good.
queso? Do I even want to know what cottage queso is?
It's better not be queso with cottage cheese. If it is,
so it's called Tate's Tater Truck.
Tate's Tater.
I don't know if they have like a Facebook or anything. Let's see.
Cottage cheese. Adam, get out. Go. No.
Tate's Tater Truck. It just sounds crazy. Is this it? Let me see. I don't think this is it. It was the right picture. Either that or they don't do the bologna anymore. This doesn't seem right.
High protein, low carb, low calorie. I mean, low carb, it's pasta.
Oh, it's the Burger Bar. Apparently, it's both. Tate's Tater Truck is a food truck of theirs that goes around, but this is a permanent trailer called the Burger Bar.
Hmm.
Let's see. Bartlesville, the Burger Bar. Oh, man. Look at that. Well, that's not a good sign when their last post was April 28th. Like,
What are we looking
the place for the bologna sandwich. Damn,
Oh.
they're only open Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday from 11 to 7. I was trying to see if I could find like a menu to see if they still have that or not. Not seeing a menu though. Unless it's under. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. They have some pretty good looking like homemade hamburgers, but I don't know if they do the big bologna one again. Or anymore. Not again.
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can eat. That's a lot of fucking bologna.
I mean, I ate it once. It was great. It's literally on the other side of town. So
Yeah.
I never think about it.
I mean, how far is that? Like,
Probably like 15 to get all the way over there.
it takes 15 minutes to leave the goddamn neighborhood out here.
Well, whose fault is that? Yeah, I don't know. I don't see it on the menu. They got like walking tacos, a bunch of different burgers, but I don't know. Maybe we'll just have to go out there one day and just get whatever they have and hope they have bologna.
Just go up to the window. Hey, you got anything with bologna in it?
They have the heart attack mac, homemade macaroni and cheese, sliced cheese, and a beef patty.
What's it called? Tate's Tater Truck?
No, the burger bar.
Burger.
I'll send you a link here. But they don't really have like a menu per se. It almost looks like they just kind of print one out and put it on the wall. And hell, for all I know, it used to be something else, and now it's the burger bar. I don't know. Local fresh meat. You know what? I'm gonna send them a message and be like, "Do y'all still have the giant bologna sandwich?"
Now open permanently.
How the hell do you spell bologna again?
Bologna. That's how I always remember it. Bologna.
Bologna. Almost said sandwich.
Sandwich.
Probably is a sandwich. All right. Anyway, now that we're off of that rabbit hole, so
Yeah, they don't even have pictures of it on their website.
yeah, there kind of
Or
is
on their Facebook.
Yeah, there is. There's a few little like paper.
Yeah. I mean, but no, they don't have. They don't have.
Yeah. Yeah, because it might be a whole different place. Like I said, this was like 2 years ago. It's a little trailer. They might have sold it, and now it's the burger bar. Who knows? But
I'll say on Google Maps it says it's permanently closed.
isn't Nashville hot chicken just like chicken strips shaken with hot sauce?
It's not. It's not typically. It's not typically chicken strips. It's more of like a chicken breast chicken sandwich. Technically, what is Nashville hot chicken? It is
like a Chick-fil-A fillet.
Yeah. It's essentially fried chicken, like dipped in chili oil. Essentially.
Did you look up this cottage queso? Is it really with fucking cottage cheese?
He said cottage cheese.
I mean, he
Crazy
said that, but
son
was
of
he
a
fucking
bitch.
with you?
Cottage queso.
Well, I love
I'm looking
cottage
it
cheese.
up. I'm looking
but
it
I
up.
just
Yeah. Cottage queso cheese sauce. 1 container of cottage cheese.
that looks there's cottage cheese in there. Who the fuck makes cottage queso?
No.
I mean, I want to try it.
No, I don't. Listen, there's only one way that I will eat cottage cheese. Only one way, and that's if you dip nacho Doritos.
I'll eat cottage cheese in a bowl. Put some
No,
cracked pepper on top of it.
no, sir. No,
Yeah, it
thank
doesn't
you.
look very creamy. No, there's no way it's gonna be creamy. It's gonna be chunky. It's cottage cheese.
Yeah, I mean
Unless
every
you put it in a
picture.
blender, how
Well,
is
it's.
cottage
I mean, yeah,
cheese
you
queso
could.
gonna
I
be
mean,
creamy?
this picture here. That's
I mean,
pretty damn
the
creamy.
the cheese part's creamy, sure, but there's still gonna be chunks of cottage cheese in there.
Not if you blend it. Just stick an emulsion blender in there, buzz it up a
I
little bit. It'll
mean,
be nice and creamy.
if you're gonna blend it, why are you even putting it in there then?
I don't know. Some people, I guess, if you like the flavor of cottage cheese,
I
I don't
mean,
know why I'm trying to defend this. I think it's an abomination.
I can't say it's an abomination without trying it. So
You're right, but
Oh,
okay,
yeah, so
yeah, put it
he
in the
said put it in
blender.
a blender.
Yeah,
I feel-
I don't know.
yeah,
I may like it if it wasn't if it's not chunky, then
yeah.
I may
But
be
some
down
of those
for it.
pictures, though, it was straight
Yeah,
cottage
no.
cheese. But
Like where was it? This one?
uh,
Yeah, it's like oh fucking chunky. Ugh, no, no.
I mean, I'm a cottage cheese fan, and I'm just
No.
like, I feel like it would just ruin it. But anyway, on to a better cheese topic: grilled cheese, number 9 on the
Yeah.
list. That's another one. Like I'm sure it probably originated somewhere else. If you want to look at the origins of these, but as
Grilled
far
cheese.
as the standard, one, the American cheese, the God, what do you even call it? Is it just American cheese?
Wikipedia.
Like
Yes,
standard
American cheese.
pasteurized cheese? I
American
mean,
cheese.
your standard American cheese, grilled cheese. Like,
Yep.
pretty sure you're not
Originated in
getting that
the
anywhere
U.S.
else.
Ingredients generally used: butter, margarine, mayonnaise, but no cheese. Apparently, according to it.
Yeah.
Apparently, cheese is not a generally used ingredient for grilled cheese, but it is a
little,
main
little
ingredient.
little known fact.
It is a main ingredient according to it.
Ooh, pot roast.
Yes, sir.
Man, I haven't had a pot roast in
I have a
years.
friend. I have a friend who makes the best pot roast I've ever had in my life. It's so good.
Dang, I need to make a pot roast.
Let's see. Where does it come from? Where is it? Origin. French
I mean,
immigrants to New England brought their cooking for tenderizing meats.
yeah, I was gonna
Later,
say,
immigrants from Germany to
slow cooking some
Pennsylvania.
beef with vegetables. It's probably been going since the beginning of time. But
It came so a pot roast is kind of a blend of a bunch of different cultures. You've got Jewish immigrants, you've got German immigrants, French. Uh, yeah, it's kind of a mosh posh of a couple of, but I guess pot roast as we know it originated. As far as I can.
yeah, that's it. Like you said, it's probably everybody has their own little variant of it, but it's
Yeah,
basically just slow cooked beef with vegetables.
yeah.
Oh, well. How about chocolate chip cookies?
Chocolate chip cookie.
It's number 11 on the list. And that is something that, is all over the U.S.
Started in a place in U.S. and specifically in Whitman, Massachusetts.
Well, there you
Yeah.
go. So, yeah, I would say, I don't think I've ever seen. Yeah, yeah. I mean, you really just don't see cookies in Germany, as far as I can remember.
Yeah, I mean, not cookies like in other countries are different. Like even like English cookies, like they don't really call them cookies; they call them biscuits. And
Yeah.
it's like you don't see anything like
Well,
chocolate chip cookies really anywhere. I mean,
well,
nowadays, yeah, they're everywhere. But
so like in Germany, around Christmas time. So, two-part story. So in Germany, um, the first, how do I put it? Your standard American downtown, right? Almost every town in America has a little section of the town called downtown, where it's like the older buildings and whatnot. In Germany, all their portions of downtown are actually blocked off from vehicular traffic. You can only walk through the downtown area.
That's pretty.
And because of which, that's where they have a lot of events, because typically there's like a small courtyard or something in the middle of the downtown, or even if there's not, they have really wide walking streets in the downtown area. And all like the major towns, they have like Christmas festivals, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be like either a weekend long, sometimes a week long Christmas thing, where there's just all kinds of booths and stands and trailers and whatnot, and some of the shops convert to like Christmas only stuff. Like it's a huge ordeal in Germany for Christmas, and like the entire month of December, you can just kind of go to different towns and go to these Christmas festivals, and they serve hot wine. It's called Glühwein, and so instead of like hot cocoa, they give you hot wine.
Okay. Like, would it be like just like a regular wine, like you would, find at
So
Specs, or?
kind of, it's more like a sangria warmed up.
Okay.
It's just a cheap, fruity table wine.
Yeah.
Uh, it's a specific kind of like they don't just go buy a wine, like it's actually called like Glühwein or something. You have to look it up. But yeah, Gluhwein. It's a mulled wine. That's what it was.
Yeah. So it is like a totally
Yeah.
accurate. Look at
Uh,
that. That looks delicious.
yeah.
What's it typically made with? Like I see cinnamon, clove,
Yeah. Like it's
orange.
Christmassy. It's meant to be like a spiced wine.
Man.
You can buy it like at the wine store. They sell like bottles of Glühwein that you can heat up.
Really?
Uh,
Hmm.
but anyway, at these, like I said, there's all kinds of little booths and shops. Kind of like when you go to like a carnival in America, where you can have like there's a hot dog stand and a burger stand and all this shit. Well, here they have all these little Christmas snack stands, and never saw anything like a chocolate chip cookie at
Yeah.
the Christmas stands. The several years we went to all these festivals, and all the festivals we went to, I don't think I ever recalled seeing a chocolate chip cookie.
Yeah. I'd like to do an episode where it's country or the different places
I mean, it's
like
not many.
Germany
But
and Hawaii. Well, I mean, still, but I mean, a lot of people don't get to say that they lived in Germany, and I think that's really cool.
yeah, it takes a while for my memory to remember things. But like while we're having this discussion, so you're familiar, and a lot of places I've been to in the U.S. do it. The whole crap. What do you call the
Farmers market?
no the popcorn, the sweet popcorn?
Oh,
What's it
kettle
called?
corn.
Kettle corn. Kettle corn is like I don't know, I say everywhere, but it's in a lot of places. In Germany, they do fresh homemade, not homemade. It's made like right there in the cart, like the
Mhm.
kettle corn trailers. They do apple chips, cinnamon
Ooh.
flavored apple chips, made fresh on the spot. Like,
How do they do it? They just
just like
dry
the
it
kettle
right
corn,
there in the
just a
oven?
big fucking thing, like making them. I don't. I mean, I never analyzed it that much, but
I mean, what
man,
they
is
do
the
to them? They like just apple slices. They like dumped in oil, or like they dry it out.
yeah. I mean, they taste like a dried out apple chip. Yeah. But man, you can buy a big bag like you could the kettle corn of frickin' apple chips for like less than the cost of a bag of apples. Yeah, there you go. You get fucking Grandpa Klein as a guest talk for Germany.
Yeah, man. We ought to.
Shoot.
We ought to see if we.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk to Aunt Heidi about getting like Discord on his phone or something.
Yeah, just have him sit in here and tell stories.
Yeah.
He's got so many good ones, man. He'll tell you the same ones every time you talk to him, but god
So
damn it, they're good
it'd be almost
stories.
hard to keep him on track, but
They are good
man.
stories. I never mind hearing them. because even though he's already told me, it changes and he adds a little detail that I may not have gotten the first time.
Yeah.
I love it.
I was trying to see if I could see a picture, but yeah, I used to literally go and get a big sack of apple chips. Oh yeah, there we go. They come like this. Bam. Yep. Bam.
Oh, okay. I think I just had that. Yeah, I have that picture right here. Oh, that's Discord. There we go. Boom.
Yeah, one of those like memories and in my head that's there, but I never
Oh,
think about.
okay. Those look good.
Oh yeah, they were good. And
Man.
like, yeah, you try and buy those here. That's like those first pictures that show up at the top. Those like bare crispy reds, like
Yeah.
$5 for like half an apple. Like, jeez.
Yeah.
I
That's
need to try and make those in my dehydrator. That's what I should do.
Oh yeah. I've thought about making like fruit tape, like the Fruit Loops.
Yeah,
But they
the
have
fruit leather.
recipes. Yeah, yeah, I love that shit, man.
You can buy it. Well, I don't know if you still can, but we bought a big box from Sam's Club at one point, and the kid didn't like them. I ended up eating them all myself.
I just
But anyway, back to our list. We're getting deep sidetracked into Germany here.
listen.
Ooh,
I love. We should do a whole episode.
tater tots.
Tater tots. Let's see.
Is there anywhere else with tater tots?
Tater tots. Let's see what
Grated
Wikipedia
potatoes,
says.
squeeze out the moisture, form it into a nugget.
Yep, originated in U.S., specifically Ontario, Oregon.
There you go. Frickin' tater tots, man. That's another one, kind of like the fry. We take it to another level.
Let's see. It has uses in Asia, Korean mainly, in the UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand call them potato gems, potato royales, or potato pom poms.
All right, here's another one I'm really curious about. Fried chicken. I can't imagine that originating from here.
It is actually American South.
Like, nobody else fried a chicken? Like, I don't know. Seems hard to believe.
So I don't know. I mean, I think so. Fried chicken is a very broad term because like anytime you put chicken in oil, it's fried. You don't have to fucking put
Well, that's what I'm
breading on
saying.
it. So no,
Well, yeah, I guess
but
maybe the breaded fried chicken.
the fried chicken, the way that we know it, yes, probably American.
Garrett, I bet you, like, the standard American mustard is probably American. Because it's nothing like mustard from any other country.
American condiment.
Yeah, I bet you it's mustard. Look, big picture of mustard right there. Next one is ice cream. And I would say, I'd probably agree that, America probably took ice cream to another level. But again, I
Yeah,
doubt it originated here because you got like gelato and all
yeah,
kinds of ice cream everywhere.
yeah. Well, let's find out.
Potato
Ice
chips.
ice cream originated. South Roman cookbook. Persians, Tang Dynasty, Japan,
Yeah,
Southeast,
yeah,
South
plain yellow
Asia,
mustard.
Europe, France, England.
Because everybody else does more like a stone ground mustard. America's the only place I've seen or heard of using just standard yellow watered down mustard. That's more
Yeah, American yellow
sweet.
mustard. Yeah, it is. Yep. Introduced in 1904 by George J. French.
Yeah,
So
see?
French's is the originator. There you go.
Yeah, everywhere else it kind of has more like what we look at as like deli mustard, Grey Poupon, stone ground mustard. I can see that. Snow cones.
Snow cones. Well, I don't know because looking back on ice cream here. Hold on, I had it pulled up. Roman cookbook included recipes for sweet desserts that are sprinkled with snow. So,
Sprinkled with snow.
I mean,
That sounds weird. So we put things in the snow. They're putting snow on things.
so people are saying the Wikipedia is saying Persia may have been the ones where a ice cream originated as far back as 550 BC. Interesting.
How about the standard American donut? Because there's a lot of places that have pastries, but I
Donut.
never saw anywhere in Germany or,
Dutch. The
I think I've
cookbook
actually heard of that
published
before.
in Nuremberg, Germany, offers a recipe for, I don't know how to pronounce that, sugar-free stuffed fried dough cakes.
Hmm. I still don't
Dutch
know if it's the
Dutch
same.
settlers brought it to New York, but they weren't ring shaped. They didn't cut the hole out of them.
Yeah, because they made like stuffed pastries, but I don't think they were like as light and fluffy as the standard American donut.
The earliest mention of donut was in Washington Irving's 1809, a history of New York from the beginning of the world to the end of the Dutch dynasty. So yeah, Dutch.
Ooh, now here's a good one. I mean, this one's specifying barbecue ribs, but what about just barbecue in general with the sweet, tangy, spicy barbecue sauces?
Barbecue.
Because again, all the restaurants and get-togethers that I got
Well,
to
it
go to
depends.
in
It
Germany.
depends on your definition of barbecue.
I'm
Because
saying, I'm saying again, I'm thinking things with barbecue sauce, like barbecue sauce chicken, barbecue sauce
okay, so
ribs.
we would want to look up barbecue sauce. Place of origin, U.S.
Okay, so I would kind of say any meats cooked with barbecue sauce is probably American originated.
I mean, that's not necessarily true. I mean, Koreans do like bulgogi, which is
Yeah,
fire grilled beef in a sauce, and Korean barbecue sauce.
yeah, I guess that's probably pretty close, and that's probably older.
I mean, shrimp on the Barbie. Like Australians have been barbecuing forever.
Yeah, but
Like
Australia doesn't
Jamaica, like
count.
African countries, those heavy like cook over fire. Like I'm like stuttering all over the place. I need to get myself together. Jesus.
Well, still, maybe it is just barbecue ribs then. Well, I don't know. Everybody's probably cooking every part of the fucking animal, but I don't know why they would say that one. Maybe it's just more now so predominant in America.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the addition of the barbecue sauce is what makes barbecue ribs. You know, so I would make the argument that yeah, sure, call that American.
Sure, I'm getting hungry looking at all this stuff.
It's
Next one on the list is brownies.
brownies,
That's another one that I don't recall ever seeing anywhere in Germany.
chocolate brownie, place of origin, United States, region or state, worldwide.
I don't know if I should look these up or not. The last thing on is if you wanted something extra, try these slutty brownies.
Yeah.
What are
Apparently,
slutty brownies?
the brownie originated in Chicago.
That's too much stuff. This is basically brownies made with cookie dough, Oreos, and brownies. Like,
Mm.
I prefer just a standard brownie. I don't need anything else mixed
Okay,
in
let
there.
me ask you this. Are you a corner guy or are you a center ooey gooey guy?
I'm kind of both.
Yeah.
So, in general, I like the corners on everything, like lasagna, baked pastas. Like I like that little
Crispy
extra
bits.
crisp, extra flavor
Yeah.
kind of thing.
It's
Finally
finally
said
some
it. You
fucking
damn right.
experts on Twitch.
We know what the people want:
Yeah. Yeah.
food,
Yeah.
food and titties, and you don't want to see our titties, so we're going to talk about a lot of food.
Yep.
Next is cupcakes.
Cupcakes is cupcake. Let's
There's
see.
another interesting
Place of
one to
origin:
live.
United States. Alternative
See,
name: fairy cake, patty cake, and a
very.
cupcake.
See,
Yeah.
in the beginning, you were talking about what American foods are there. We're coming across more and more.
Yeah. The earliest description of what is now often called a cupcake was in 1796,
Dang.
when a recipe for a light cake to bake in small cups was written in American Cookery by Amelia Simmons.
What's interesting is they do have things like, tea cakes and stuff for
Yeah.
like high tea, so you'd think it wouldn't be America. But maybe we're thinking of like the standard big cupcake, not
Yeah.
tea cakes.
I mean, that's
Uh
the thing. Pastries are just, it's tough because there's pastries everywhere.
yeah.
Every culture has pastry.
What about pulled pork?
Pulled pork. This one, it would be tough. I mean, I feel like there's a big difference between American pulled pork and like
Yeah.
just regular pulled pork. That's a little
And
broad.
because we're talking about, pork shoulder, pork butt, slow cooked for 6 to 8 hours, pulled pork.
Pulled pork is an American barbecue dish, more specifically, a dish of southern U.S. Jesus, yeah. I mean, yeah. So barbecue pulled pork,
Yeah.
definitely a
Well,
U.S. thing.
it's not just barbecue, but yeah, it's just pulled pork in general. Whether you're doing it with barbecue or
Smoked
doing like
meats.
a
Every culture has smoked meats. Lightning.
yeah.
So I wouldn't necessarily say smoking meat is an American thing.
Well, maybe he's
But
thinking more like
different like preparations. Yeah, sure.
yeah. Maybe he's thinking more of like the slow smoking, like
Well, I
doing
mean,
like a brisket or a
a lot of
pork.
cultures, did that for a long time for just preservation.
Well, that's what I'm saying. They were doing it for that. We're doing it to make it ready to eat.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so we looked at barbecue. A lot of cultures have their own barbecue as well, but specifically barbecue sauce. If you add barbecue sauce on it, that makes it American barbecue.
Now, here's another one that's probably America only, which yeah, I mean, I guess it's a thing. S'mores.
S'mores, yeah, I'd be, that's you. Yeah, place of origin, U.S. according to.
Yeah. Like
I don't
I've
think you
never
can see
really
that anywhere.
looked at a s'more as as an item by itself. It's like I don't know. I don't know why. It doesn't make any logical sense when I try and say it out loud. I was just looking at that. That's just a graham cracker chocolate marshmallow. Like three separate things, even though it makes us more. But
Yeah,
uh,
every culture that doesn't like that eats pork has a version of pulled pork.
hmm, here's an interesting one too. So coleslaw. I know there's a lot of variants of coleslaw.
Place of origin. You want to take a guess? Not
Well,
U.S.
again, it depends on the version because I know uh, Germany has like a hot coleslaw kind of thing, but it's nothing like the American coleslaw.
So coleslaw made with mayonnaise, is from
Yeah.
the Netherlands.
Hmm.
And Dutch. It came from a Dutch term, coolslaw.
Yeah. I would almost prefer to call it cool slaw.
Coolslaw. Krautsalat in Munich, Germany. Russian and Ukraine varieties with sunflower oil. Yeah.
Interesting. Now, we kind of touched on this one, or at least the topic of it, but what about chili?
Chili, yeah.
Again, I almost would kind of find it hard to believe. Again, it just depends on the variant you're talking about. But
Chili, like
again,
the
when you're talking about a slow cooked beef meal, I don't know.
chili con carne is the full dish. Often reduced, place of origin U.S. and Mexico. So,
A potato salad. Again, I would say it's kind of a staple of like barbecues and picnics, but I don't know. It's
yeah,
definitely not an American thing for potato salad.
potato salad. You don't think so?
No, because there's German potato salad for one. I know that for sure.
Oh yeah,
Um,
dude. German potato salad is superior in my opinion. Place of origin is Central Europe anyway, so it didn't even start in America.
which one, chili or potato salad?
Potato salad.
Yeah,
Chili is a joint from Mexico and the U.S. It came from both places.
yeah, I could see Mexico.
I mean, the full name for chili is chili con queso.
Yeah,
American is
con
just
carne,
or
not
con
queso.
carne, yeah. And we just condense it down to chili.
Uh, let's see. Oh, ooh, that's a good one. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That is definitely a U.S. thing.
I would think so
What
too, but
the
maybe not.
serving
I mean,
the serving temperature for a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, according to Wikipedia, is room temperature.
well, yeah.
Nobody wants a cold peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Now, have you ever made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich like a grilled cheese? Grill it?
No, but I need to.
Yes, you do. So, I used to make toast and then spread creamy peanut butter on it. That
Mm-hmm.
way it gets nice and melty on it. It's good stuff. Last for America, though, which has got to be an American thing, is buffalo wings.
Yes. Yeah, those originated in Buffalo, New York. But I've heard from many sources that if you want great buffalo wings, you don't go to Buffalo to get them.
Well, yeah, you got to get a chicken.
Buffaloes don't have wings. Gert, yes, Texas does have this. It is the official state dish, chili, red chili.
I think we're going to have to save the world one for next week because it is 50 things long.
Yeah, I mean, the world is a big place. Significantly larger than the United States.
Skimming through this, it's going to be interesting. Really interesting, actually. So it kind of goes off of like a lot of countries. So kind of get to see the different things for different countries. It's not like just, yeah, I think that'll be really cool to go over.
Yeah, I mean, we have about 30 minutes left, so I have a couple questions for you.
Yep, I got answers.
Talking about world cuisine, if you had to pick one country other than the US and you can only eat that country's food for 6 months, what country? What culture's food are you taking?
Well, that's not really a fair question for me. I would definitely just go back to German food. But
Yeah.
I loved every single bit of German food. Well, with the exception of one thing. My blood grandpa is from Germany, or was from Germany. He's not alive anymore. Uh, when I was stationed there, we would visit him a couple times. And I think once he came and visited us, that part's a little fuzzy. but we would try and like trade traditions. He would show me what they traditionally do for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and for outings and entertainment, and I would try and do the same like the next visit. So their typical breakfast is almost like our sandwiches. So they'll bring out a platter of like 8 different lunch meats, 8 different cheeses, couple spreads and whatnot. And they don't buy bread like we do typically, like sliced American bread. They get an entire loaf and they keep a bread slicer in their house. And so they literally slice off pieces of bread.
Mhm.
And but instead of like making a sandwich, you take a slice of bread and you like quarter it and you almost make like kind of like you make like crackers, where you like
Yeah,
a cracker
little
with a little bit
sandwich
of meat on it.
bites.
Yeah, but you do it with bread. And my grandpa he'd have like 8 different cheeses. I would only eat like 2 of them. The other 6 I didn't even want to smell, get alone try. There were all kinds of like those crazy aged cheeses that smell like foot fungus. He'd always be like, "Oh, come on, just try it, try it." Like, no.
No thanks.
Like one smell and I'm about to lose my breakfast and you expect me to try and eat that? Like,
Yeah,
nah,
well,
good.
it's like whenever Grandpa Klein would bust out like lox. It's like,
Yeah.
oh god, lox and
Right.
cream cheese. Every time he would make some, he'd be like, "You want some?" I'm like,
Yeah.
no.
Or like my mom eating that pickled herring.
Oh, the pickle, and she would eat like liver and onions and shit. Like, oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's kind of like charcuterie, but with slices of bread.
Garrett said Mexico. You're eating in Mexico for 6 months, huh?
Yeah,
I'm down with that.
I could do that too.
I'm down with that. I think I don't know, man. I think Japan, culinarily speaking, I think Japan is where my heart is. I really genuinely do want to like move to Japan for a few months and like learn how to cook authentic Japanese food and then come back knowing that my life is complete and I can be good for the rest of it.
See, I think, for me and you, it's kind of like how we started this topic of food and other similar topics we've had is we're semi-diverse people between our upbringing and our military time, I guess in the military, similar to my upbringing, where it's either eat it or starve.
Yeah,
You're,
yeah.
you don't have any options. If you get the last MRE and it's the worst one, well,
Well,
too bad.
yeah. You better get on your knees and hope somebody's willing to trade.
uh, but because of that, it's like our palates, I feel, are wide open, where we're willing to basically eat anything.
Well, yeah, because we're used to eating fucking literal shit for fucking at a
so,
minimum 4 years.
so that's why I feel like you could put me 6 months anywhere and I'll be fine. Like it could be foods I've
Yeah,
never even had. You can send me to Africa, India, like I don't care. I'll eat 6 months anywhere and be happy about it. Like, now, if it was 6 months and I had to cook it, it might be terrible. But because I couldn't imagine going to like some Thailand food market trying to get food for
yeah,
myself. Like,
yeah,
oh my God, I'd be taking best guesses of what looks like something I know what it is.
yeah. Gert, a typical Japanese breakfast is gonna have things like you have like rice. Sometimes they'll have like miso soup and boiled vegetables, fermented soybeans, pickles. Sometimes they'll do like grilled fish. Um, but typically it's just a bowl of rice and they have interesting little pastries and things like that. But yeah, it's like rice and soup. The typical Japanese breakfast. It's wildly different from what you would expect. A lot of cultures will do like some form of eggs, or a pastry of some sort. It's like, oh well, not the Japanese. They have, bowl of rice and some side pickings.
Like this picture I just sent you.
Yeah, yeah. I got it right here. Where'd it go? Boop. There you go.
Dude, almost looks like a good American lunch.
Yeah. Well, so I mean, Japanese they do cook with egg a lot, so they'll have like rolled eggs, which are really really good. I've tried to make them myself. I haven't. No chorizo.
No
Yeah,
chorizo.
yeah. They'll do again. They'll do eggs. They do like rolled eggs for breakfast, which um, they'll make it with the eggs and a little bit of dashi, and some sugar, and they have like these special pans that are like a rectangle shape, and they'll put out a little bit of the egg um, into the pan, and it's super hot, and it'll kind of cook, and they'll roll it, and then they'll lift it up, and they'll pour another layer, and then they'll roll it into that, and another layer, and they'll roll it into that. Um,
There's your German breakfast.
yeah. Let me see. Yeah, there's a Japanese rolled egg. And it's just
Oh, that was what's in that picture I sent you. I didn't realize that's what it was.
yeah.
It looked like just some weird sushi.
Called Tamogayaki. Oh god. See, they have their little rectangle pan,
Yeah.
and it'll cook, and they'll roll it, and then they'll add more egg, and they'll just rinse and repeat until it's as big as they want it. And then you cut it up, and it's delicious. It's so good.
Anyway, the German breakfast thing was he would
Oh
bring
yeah.
out this like charcuterie board basically for breakfast, and so like the next time we visited him, I brought over like biscuits and gravy and bacon and
Oh yeah. Oh, here we go.
big
Here we
thing of
go.
orange juice,
Yeah, look at that.
and then also for like when they do barbecues, they or really generally any kind of cooking, they don't use beef a lot. They just use pork and chicken. Like 90% of the time, beef is saved for like a special occasion.
Right.
And for, Americans, beef is like a staple. And so it's kind of the same thing. Like, go to have a barbecue and like cooked up some nice beef steaks for them instead of little pork chops.
Yeah. I've always wanted to have an authentic full English.
Yeah, you
Like,
talked about that last time.
yeah, man, the bacon, the ham, the sausage, the beans, tomatoes, mushrooms, black pudding, the eggs, like that looks so damn good.
Only thing I don't like about it is the baked beans. Like, I don't know.
It's the baked beans is kind of weird, I will say, but I feel like that kind of
I guess
adds to
just
the
because
whole
it's like,
experience.
I guess it's because like your standard plain baked beans is no
These
longer on my list of options that I want to eat.
Well, these are different. Like, have you ever had the Heinz baked beans? They're like super tomatoey.
I know, but well, that's what I'm saying. Like just standard baked bean. Like I'd rather have like, maple bacon or the grilling
Oh yeah,
beans or
maybe,
you know, I don't like
maybe,
just standard tomatoey baked beans. Like
yeah.
I'd rather have like barbecue style baked beans or some
Just
ranch beans or something.
I've also always wanted to try one of these hot brown.
Brown.
Never heard of a hot brown?
I don't think so.
It's a
Oh,
Kentucky thing.
it just looks like the other thing we are talking about. What's the one I sent you a picture of? The
Uh
dang it, what was it called? Like chopped beef and gravy or something?
oh yeah, the shit on a shingle.
Well, talking about the you know proper term for it. Sent you the picture because like there it is. Yeah, cream chipped beef. It
Oh
was
yeah, the
literally on the shelf at Brahms here in town from Stouffer's. Tender strips of dried beef in a seasoned creamy sauce.
this is a little different. This is a
That's-
Oh
That's
yeah,
almost
yeah,
just
yeah.
like it. That's what I'm
No,
saying.
no, no, no. This is an open face sandwich, turkey breast, ham and bacon, covered in a creamy Mornay sauce.
Sounds much better than the picture I sent you.
Baked or broiled until the bread is crisp and the sauce begins to brown.
Oh man, let me see. There's a place. What's this? I wonder if I can find a picture. There's a thing called a horseshoe. That's with a cheese sauce and fry, like crinkle fries specifically. But it's kind of like the hot hamburger. Remember, y'all wanted to have a hot hamburger
Well,
here?
Shelby did. I didn't really care, but yeah.
Let's see if I can find it. Springfield. It's in Springfield, Illinois, called a horseshoe. It's trying to see if we can find a good picture of it, but it's specifically with crinkle fries and a cheese sauce.
Oh, I'm looking at it. Yeah, it's almost like a kind of like a poutine, kind of.
Yeah, kind of, but more cheese. But it was on Man versus Food. Like, it was huge. Can't find a good picture of it. But we've talked about going there several times, like making a trip to Springfield specifically to
It
get this
looks
and
good.
do some things there.
Looks good. Whoa! Look at that.
Oh, here it is. Which one are you looking at?
This one's
Oh,
on Twitter, but good look.
yeah, it's more like this one. Is how it looked on like Man versus Food.
Oh, here
Just
I
a
saw that picture.
huge pile of crinkle fries on top of a open face burger.
There it is.
It's in the living room.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it's a Darcy's Pint. That's what it's called.
Are we discussing the military stuff? Uh, it comes up a
Which
lot.
military stuff?
It comes up a lot.
Yeah, like earlier we are talking about, what makes our palate a little bit more open and diverse is the fact that we're used to eating garbage. So it makes us appreciate things that aren't garbage, basically, for lack of a finer explanation.
Yeah.
The whole like we're talking about like if you could spend 6 months eating anywhere in the world, which cultural's food would you partake in for 6 months straight? And I chose Germany, he chose Japan, Dirk chose Mexico. But I was just saying, like, honestly, I could go to any country for 6 months and be fine.
Yeah. Like I would love to go to Italy, uh, France. I mean, French cuisine is world renowned. That's my thing, man. I love food. When I travel, I don't want to travel for the food is what I travel for. You know, like when I go to Japan, and it's not a goal to like go hike Mount Fuji. I'm gonna go eat.
Yeah. Oh, man, I want to go to this place now. So you get to choose your choice of meat from ham, corned beef, turkey, bacon, hamburger, grilled chicken, Italian sausage, Nashville hot chicken, buffalo chicken, breaded tenderloin, roast beef, pot roast, pastrami, or walleye.
Ooh, walleye.
And then cover it with crinkle fries and cheese sauce.
Mm,
Man.
sounds extremely unhealthy.
Hey, not maintaining this girlish figure, eating healthy. All right.
Love handles don't disappear overnight. You know what I'm saying?
Self deletion?
What?
Said apparently there's like a news article. 3 Marines found in a car in North Carolina gas station. I guess they were dead in the car? Or were they just lost in the car? Let's see. This is like today.
5 hours ago.
Or, well, one day ago was one of the posts. Died of carbon monoxide poisoning. All 3 of them at a gas station? That's kind of weird.
Yeah, I don't know. That's strange. I mean, I can't necessarily say that the friends that I had always had the nicest cars. So I mean, they could very well have been driving a car with a hole in the fucking floorboards.
Well, yeah. I guess I was thinking like it'd have to be like, oh yeah, they received the call just before 8:30, so it happened like in the middle of the night.
I don't
Makes me
know.
wonder, like, do they get drunk, park outside the gas station, leave the car running, and like you said, had an exhaust leak from their
Yeah,
piece of
left the
shit
you
fucking
know
lemon lot hoopty?
left the car running to like sleep or something
Yeah, because out of
because they didn't
3
want to go
people
back on
in a
base
car,
because they didn't want to go
drive,
back on
yeah,
base drunk.
you know,
You
I go
know.
through the gate wasted. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a shame that happened, man. Damn, that would suck. Like, you know what? We're gonna be smart. We're gonna stay off base
Yeah.
and just sleep it off in the car and never make it. Like, damn. Just
That's
reminds me
tough,
of all the
man.
crazy fucking all the drunk soldiers I've seen and dealt with and helped in my military
Yeah, I
career. It's
don't.
like, and it's like, well, it's a sad story, but it's unfortunately like a common thing. You get so many soldiers, it's their first time out able to drink, and they're a soldier with a bunch of other soldiers egging it on and trying to outdo each other all night. And like, that's how shit like this happens. Nobody
Yeah.
there, unfortunately, there's not always the good soldier there, you know, being the smart one. Or the drunk soldier like me trying to be the smart one.
Yeah. Yeah.
I remember I literally like walked a guy like 5 miles all the way back to his barracks room while I was drunk. Got him all the way to his room, and then I stumbled my way all the way 5 miles back to the bar and continued drinking. Like,
Yeah.
like there's not always the people like me that are, willing to stop their partying to make sure their buddies make the smart decision.
I mean, I was always the guy. It's like, look, if I'm gonna drink and get all messed up, I don't have a problem with that. But I'm doing it in my barracks room or in my buddy's barracks room. Like,
Well, the
I'm not
difference, I
going out
mean,
to the bar and getting hammered. I'm sorry.
well, yeah, but most military bases have bars that are right
Well, yeah,
outside the gate. Like, you don't have to drive, you can just walk. Like, that's how ours was in Germany. Everybody just walked to the bar. Because, I mean,
yeah,
what's a mile or two walk when you're in the military?
yeah. That's true. That's true. I don't know. Like I said, I never even really went to the on base bar. Now, I will say we had at least the one in Jacksonville. We had a bowling alley.
Yeah,
Uh,
so that too.
and the bowling alley, for some reason or another, had the best chicken strips on the planet. Um, but yeah, me and my buddy, it was dirt cheap. So me and my buddies, we get like 3 pitchers of Corona and just go to town, you know, and get hammered. And the great thing was this bowling alley was literally across the street from our barracks buildings. So we'd go get hammered at the bowling alley and then, walk 5 minutes home, lay down and go to bed. And
Shit, I
that's
don't.
Monday morning. That's Monday afternoon. Next thing again on Tuesday.
I was pretty sure I told you what we used to do in Germany. There was 4 bars. Trying to remember now. 1, 2, three, four, like 4.5 bars. One was like old school rock and roll bar with like an old, like, it looked like some old roadie
Right.
that ran the bar, only played classic rock, took no shit from nobody. If you weren't chill, he'd kick you the fuck out of his bar.
Yeah.
Next bar was like half of it was the pool table and bar and booths, and it was like a restaurant during the day. And then the back half through the next door was like a dance floor with a DJ and a whole separate bar back there.
Hmm.
And then another one is more like your like club type bar with a bigger dance floor.
Right.
And then the like a downstairs room from that one was like a little mini techno bar.
Interesting.
It was the dance floor was like as big as your office
Yeah.
and had like 6 booths around it and then a small bar like the size of your kitchen counter. And then all they played was like techno music down there. And then the bar I went to was predominantly known as more so like your local bar. That's where like the Russians went and the Germans went. You'd rarely see Americans in there. But I was friends with a guy that was in the German army who went there and several other like local Germans in town and became friends with the bartender there. And in Germany, to get things like Jack Daniels, they have to pay like double the price.
Yeah.
But I can get it on post for the same price I can back here in the US. So we used to bring like 2 bottles of Jack and get half price drinks the entire night for me and the wife.
Nice.
So that used to be our bar to go to because they played like kind of like rock and just classic music. There was no dance floor. It was just a place to drink, play pool, shoot darts,
Yeah.
and they had a dice game at the counter. It almost reminded me of like going to like Cheers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'd show up with a bottle of alcohol in my backpack, slip it to them, get half price drinks the rest of the night. The dice game that we would play was always like whoever lost had to buy the round for everybody playing the dice game,
Hmm.
and the bartender would play with you. And if he lost, just free drinks for everybody.
Yeah.
So
I,
that
I
was
don't know. I
probably
was
my.
never a bar goer. I mean, I did a lot of clubbing. It was every other
Oh,
weekend,
now I know what Garrett's talking about.
but I never really like went to bars.
Yeah. Well, we didn't go after Germany. I think we went to like a bar in Hawaii. But it was like, I guess it was because like after the first year, Crystal got pregnant and we weren't
Yeah.
going to bars. But
Yeah.
instead, what we
Yeah.
did in Germany is we had like monthly barbecues. So we would just have everybody at our house drinking.
Yeah.
City streets, though, that's a comical story I've told over the years. Me and Garrett were trying to, I think, were we driving? No, we were driving my car. Yeah, that was the Chevy Cavalier when I had like the subs in the back of it. We went to a bar called City Streets, which I'm amazed he can remember the name. I could never remember the name. All the times I've told this story, I had no idea what the name of it was. But it's a bar that like it was like 3 or 4 floors tall, and each floor was a different theme. So they had like techno floor, country floor, R&B floor, and the bottom floor was just pool tables and a bar. And we went to go to this bar. We were both underage, but we were just trying to get into places. And we go to the bar. They have a bouncer there, and he's like, "No, you can't come in here in a tank top." And we're like, "All right, cool." Left, went to the gas station on the corner, bought a shirt, came back, and I'm walking up to the bouncer again, putting on this shirt that I went and bought. And I was like, "Hey, I went and bought a shirt." And it's like, "All right, y'all can just come in. You don't have to pay the cover charge to get in. Let us in through the back door to get inside." We're like, "All right, cool." We go up to each floor and didn't really have any interest in it, so we just settled at the pool table on the bottom floor. Told Garrett, I was like, "I'm gonna see if I can convince this bartender or trick this bartender into selling us some drinks if I show him my military ID," because it was the old like green military ID card
Yeah.
where it doesn't really show a date on it. So I went up there thinking I'm gonna try and smooth talk my way into getting some drinks with that old green military card. Asked for just two, like, I don't know, Bud Lights or something at the time before we knew what was worth drinking. And they're like, yeah, sure, grab to him, give him to me, pay for him, never asked for my ID or anything. I was like, man, like, all right, like, we, success. Like, drank our, like, one beer, and then we decided to get out of there. And then as we were leaving, we saw, like, painted on the walls, it was a 21 and up only club. They were supposed to card you at the door.
Oh.
But,
So
but
the
because we
bartender isn't
impressed.
carding anybody.
No, they're not carding anybody because we weren't even supposed to be in there. But the bouncer let us in because he was so impressed that we went and immediately bought a T-shirt and came right back. So we thought we were cool as shit, getting beers we weren't supposed to. Little do we know it was even cooler because we weren't even supposed to be there to begin with.
Way to go. Way to go.
Yeah, I think I was like, I don't know, 19 or something at the time. Garrett was probably 18. I don't know how much younger he is than me. I always forget. Let's see, because you guys have specialized training, you are allowed to break up fights or start fights at a bar in the streets. Oh, are you allowed? I mean, specialized training,
Yeah,
hand-to-hand
it's
combat training. It's not like I'm
yeah.
lethally.
There's nothing really specialized about it. Military CQC is its own, I would say, quote unquote fighting style. But
Yeah,
it's I will tell you this, I was in the Navy and we didn't do any CQ like that. Like we didn't do like sparring and shit. So if that goes to tell you anything, only certain branches really get that kind of training.
yeah. I mean, you'd have to be like special forces or something before you'd have to worry about whether you're allowed to or not.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm sure anybody's allowed to, in my opinion, as far as your escalation of force. That's where you gotta
Yeah.
make the deciding factor.
Yeah. You have to be able to defend it through the UCMJ.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's talking about like in the civilian world, but yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Now, if you put somebody a headlock and end up killing them, that's you didn't know your own limits and
Yeah,
didn't stop.
that means you weren't really
Like,
trained as well as you may have thought you were.
yeah.
Because if you were trained, then you wouldn't be killing anybody if you didn't want to kill them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, trained or not, it means you weren't disciplined enough to stop.
Yeah.
I mean, the moment somebody starts slowing down, they're fighting back.
Yeah.
It's
It's like, all right,
it's
you
like,
done now?
okay, time to let go. Uh, it's funny though. I think we've talked about that before too. About like now that we've kind of, we don't go to bars or anything like that, and being up here in Bartlesville, there's not really any threat up here that I'm like, I haven't even been anywhere close to being in an altercation with anybody in years.
Yeah. I mean, I avoid those situations altogether. Like, if I scan the
Well,
room and see somebody is going to be confrontational, it's like, okay, I'm going to avoid. Like,
yeah, but in Houston, your general trip to Walmart could end up in a fight.
that's true. That's true.
That's what I'm saying. Like here, there's nothing really going on.
Listen, that's why I just keep to myself. I don't make eye contact with fucking anybody. I just keep my head down, look at the stuff in my cart and the stuff on the shelves, and that's it.
That might be what starts the fight.
Yeah,
Think you're better than me? You don't want to look at me?
yeah, I am, and that's why I'm gonna keep walking. Like, have a good day. Like,
But no, I mean, yeah. Specialized training to me is more like, like Krav Maga or something.
yeah,
Hand combat training just teaches you how to restrain somebody,
yeah,
which I've, used several times back when I had to keep people from hitting me or fighting me and stop people from fighting others.
yeah.
But
Shit, me and Garrett have had wrestling matches in my yard for as long as I can. I
y'all
remember.
stopped wanting to wrestle me.
Well, goddamn. Can't even put my fucking arms around you.
You gotta
I
want it.
remember I remember the one time I almost got Garrett and almost tapped him out. But the reason I didn't bruised a fucking rib doing it. we we were in the front yard and we're just kind of circling trying to take each other down and he runs in and I spin him around or I spin around him and get him in the rear naked and I just stand up on him because
Whoa,
taller.
whoa!
Rear naked
Get him
choke.
in the rear naked,
Yeah, rear naked choke.
sir. This is a
Right.
family
And I've
stream.
got I've got this thing locked under the chin, like I've got it locked in. And I try to just stand up on him because he's shorter than me. But he decides to lean forward and he gets me up off my feet and then spins around and slams down on top of me. And so as I hit the ground, he hits me, bruises my rib, and I still have him locked in. I bring my legs around him and I hook my legs and I start to stretch and realize I can't breathe. So I just let him go. And he was like, man, yo, I was like, I know, son of a bitch. If I hadn't have just got the wind knocked out of me, I'd have stretched and I think I'd have had him.
So what you're saying is you're a quitter.
Man, I couldn't breathe. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't take more than like a half
Oxygen's a
breath.
crutch.
I couldn't take more than like a half breath for like a week, or else it was excruciatingly painful.
Jeez.
Yeah. It was so bad. It hurt so bad I was out for like a week and a half. Could barely move. It sucked. I thought it broke a rib, but it was like, well, no, because I could put pressure on it and I didn't like feel anything moving weird. It just hurt like a son of a bitch. So I was like,
Well, I hope
it was
nothing's moving weird.
it was a bruised rib.
Well, speaking of waiting a week, we're gonna have to end our stream until next week,
Yep.
where we will come back and discuss the 50 the world's 50 best foods to wrap up our segment on foods.
Yeah. And
Uh,
there will be more details coming next week about the dice. So we're in the mood for some tabletop dice. Stay tuned for that. More details coming.
or if you want a tabletop, dice towers.
Yeah.
We got dice towers everywhere. Something we can't see; it's too far away. But
Yeah.
we make dice towers as well, and all of our proceeds go to the nonprofit to give away free 3D prints and not potential, long-term goal of giving away gaming computers to veterans. But no, we've
No.
haven't had the shake and
Yeah.
haven't heard of anybody passing out.
I have heard, and get this, that the McDonald's engineered the shake to have different tastes depending on what you eat. So, like, if you order the shake and before you eat any French fries and taste it, it tastes just like vanilla, like a vanilla shake. But if you eat the French fries and then the way like the oils and the salt coats your mouth, and then you eat the shake again, it tastes like berries. And that was like
Interesting.
that. It was a very specific, like scientifically engineered flavor interaction from like the people at McDonald's. Pretty interesting.
Sounds like room for error.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if you want to help out or you want anything pretty cool, I said all of it goes towards our nonprofit. And yeah, we got 2 FDM printers, 1 resin printer, and soon to have resin dice going.
Yep.
And yeah, just make sure to check in on all of our socials, keep up to date, check in with us, come play games with us. I'm online 7 days a week playing games unless I'm out of town.
Yep.
Always looking for more people to play with. And until then, we'll be back next week for next week's talk show, and tomorrow for the goat stream, and Monday for the Scrivener stream.
Yep. Sure you tune in for both of those. Great. If you're a wrestling fan, Monday is the night for you. Scriv does fantastic wrestling broadcast. Goat does really, really great gameplay as well, whether he's playing 7 days or Call of Duty. It's always entertaining. Make sure you tune in.
If you want to see a grown man get politely frustrated, This is where it's at. Or do reverse psychology trash talking.
There you go. Have a good night, everyone.
All right, we'll see you all next week.